What's up, YouTube? It's a POF 416 shooter here. I'm doing a model review today. This one, I will tell you though, this is not how it came completely. Before anybody gets their hopes up that I got some kind of special edition or whatever. This is the Tonkin Cat 950K in 1/50th scale. They're really nice. A lot of metal is used in building these. But as you can see here, I suppose it start at the top and go to the bottom. Little antenna on top. The warning beacon, that's my addition. The handrails, got this one going around the top of the cab. It's plastic. And you got your mirrors, and they're plastic. However, the rest of these handrails are metal. And they're very nicely done. They're not huge and thick. So that's a nice touch. They're actually painted metal. Just makes it look better. Makes it feel like it was a really nice model, you know. You got your 950K decals. They're very crisp and very well done. I wish that these perforations here would have been done in yellow, just with black inside of them. But that's fine. The rear grille is very nice. Another real crisp decal here. The rear bumper, you got lights and reflectors. Then you got your little drop pin here. I haven't tried that one yet to see if a pin will actually fit in it. But I'll come back to that later. The tires are very nicely modeled. They're a good rubber. And cool tread pattern on them and stuff. It doesn't say a name on the side of them or anything. Like, they're not Michelin's or whatever, but they're good tires. The wheels are plastic, but they're very, very good color match plastic. Actually, I think only the inside of the wheel is plastic. But that feels plastic. Plastic steps there. The headlights are plastic. One cool touch they've done here is they've painted all the rivet heads on the boom and steering mechanisms. And they've got these neat little warning decals. Very, very small. I don't even know if my phone will zoom in on something like that, but we'll try it. Yeah, they're very small. They're really cool. It adds a lot to the model, I think. The cab is very well detailed. It doesn't have opening doors or anything. I was kind of hoping maybe a door would open, but it's really nice. Then you got your step there, hydraulic lines, black cylinder, be your bucket tilt cylinder. Very good range of motion. If you guys have been watching the Facebook page, if you guys have been watching the Facebook page, then you'll know that you can put a first your belly dump underneath this. and the bucket joint is pretty well above the edge. Not terribly high, and I think you would build up a berm to load belly dumps with this 950, but then I have my T800 dump truck. It's much taller than like the first gear Pete's and stuff, and I have the added sideboards, so I don't think this thing would have much of a problem loading a first gear Pete or Mac. I think okay, I got a phone call, so I had to splice these together. Like I said, first gear Pete or Mac, I think you're probably fine. It may be a different story with a Sword, with the East Genesis dump body. I think those are a bit taller than the first gear bodies are. But, like I said, this is the T800 that I've got, and it's pretty tall. I believe that is full dump, about 45 degrees, and you could load this pretty tall. So, the range of motion, the paint is nice on this model. The color matching between the plastic and the metal parts is phenomenal. So, under the front, everything is nicely done. You can still see the axle, just because it's silver. You can, if you look at it in the right direction, you can see it reflect back at you. Other side of the machine. It's very nice. I believe on the door here that would be probably some kind of air filtration system for your cab air. I'm not sure. I don't have a clue. I don't know a lot about these front loaders. I've never really been around them. And then the underside of the model is very nice. They did a good job on a part that not a lot of people will see. They have the Tonkin logo there, which looks good. The front diff is modeled with kind of a short where your universal joint would be. The rear diff is also modeled, and this model has a lot of articulation. It's made by Tonkin Replicas, and it has their part number TR 100 3 zeros 10007. Like I said, the articulation is nice. The only thing that limits, actually so far, is the fenders. So it's really nice. Do little 3-wheel stands and stuff just to make it look like you're on hydraulics or something, do wheelies maybe. And I guess we can get to the quick coupler and the bucket. The bucket's a really nice casting. I stripped it last night and painted it black. Now, when you're taking your bucket off for the first time, it's very important that you know there is this pin. And what I had to do, it was in there real tight. It's a very tight tolerance. And then you add paint to that, and it's a bit difficult to get out. So, I found the side that the head was on, went to the other side. You can see I don't have it all the way through right now. But I just took a pair of tweezers, squeezed them together, and pushed it out. It came right out. And I'll show you guys how that works. Pretty self-explanatory, but pull the pin, steel pin, and the bucket just lifts out and off. Very nice, very, very nice casting, this bucket. Very smooth and very crisp. Some of these edges are a little bit sharp, it's so crisp. But we got the wear plates on the bottom. The ears for the quick attach, and your standard stiffeners and stuff. The sides, very good detail. Your wear plates, and I do believe the square on top there, that rectangle, would be one of Cat's metal tags welded on. If it's a cat bucket. So they're very nice. The coolest part I think about this model is that the quick attach is metal. It's not like the previous models we've seen with the cat front loaders that are just a plastic and it snaps in and out. This one's metal. It does have the pin that goes through it, and they're very nicely made. Everything fits real nice. So if you've got a little time on your hands and a little bit of styrene, you can make some pretty cool attachments for this. I know that there's one guy that I'll be watching to get some attachments from for this. And since I know the question will come up, it has already come up on the Facebook page there. But this one here, here is the side-by-side comparison with the Northcott 950H. I guess we can do lift height. My least favorite part about this Northcott model. Lift it up here. Range of motion and stuff. I know quite a few people have these H-series loaders because they came with quite a bit of stuff, like on low boys and whatnot. So, as you can see, the Tonkin has a much nicer range of motion, and overall it's a much nicer model. The paint, from the paint to the decals, the small details like lights and stuff, very nicely done by Tonkin. Pull the bucket off. But so that is my review of the Tonkin Cat 950K, my opinions. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who is thinking about one. Just go get it. It's worth the money. Like I said, the only plastic parts on it are the lights, the mirrors, the wipers, and this little handrail across the top. Oh, and the antenna, the exhaust, and the air cleaner. And this little step. And I think this step too, but it's rear step. But still, really nice piece. And for what they cost, you're getting a lot of value. So, thanks for watching. If you want to see some pictures or something, I posted quite a few on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Timberline Thinning Company.
So thanks for watching.